Hello everyone, back again. I hope you are all well. Today I think I'm going to be talking about happiness, what causes happiness in our life and what causes us to be unhappy. I thought I'd talk about this today because I looked at my life and I saw most of the times I was really unhappy for years and years and years, and all the things that made me happy was when things were going my way. I looked at the things that caused me unhappiness, and it's because things weren't going my way. If I had this, or if I had that, I'd be happy. If this didn't happen or that didn't happen, I'd have been happy. As we know, life is full of twists and full of turns, and some days we're up, some days we're down, when really every day we can be happy. And it's didn't, for me personally speaking, I wouldn't accept my circumstances, the circumstances I was faced with, what the universe had put in front of me, to learn me my lessons, to look at, why are you unhappy, Gerard? Why are you continuously moaning and groaning and making all these excuses? And really it came down to looking at what other people had. And if I had that, I'd be happy. I know I'd be happy, and you're justifying it in your head and you're making all these excuses. If I had this, I really would be happy, and I know I would be happy, and you're telling yourself, and what you're doing really is we're causing unhappiness in our lives. We think in that way. If I had, and we're looking at other people, constantly looking at other people. If I had a better job, I'm unhappy in my job, and I'm unhappy with life, and I'm unhappy in my house, and I'm unhappy. We're unhappy with the circumstances that we're faced with. We're never grateful for being alive, for being able to see, for being able to speak when there's others can't see and can't speak and can't hear. We've still got our limbs, we've still got our senses, but we're never grateful for it. We're constantly moaning and groaning, well I was anyway. But I didn't have. I never looked at the things that I had. I had a roof over my head, I wasn't homeless anymore. I had my health when other people didn't have health. When I was really unhealthy, I still wasn't happy. And it was the unhappiness that was causing my health to deteriorate. Because as you know, I speak about the mind and how the mind can take us to a dark, dark, dark place, but also the mind can take us into a place of light. And it was down to me being unhappy because I didn't like what was put in front of me, what the universe had put in front of me. And I rebelled against it like a child, crying and moaning and looking at other people and wondering why I was getting up in the morning, first thing, and praying and hoping. But really the hope was an expectation. We hope you don't hurt, the expectations you do hurt. The hope comes a bit of faith that things will be okay at the end. That the unhappiness started in the mornings, going into the car and moaning at other people, looking at other people, moaning at the state of the roads, moaning at the council tax, moaning and getting angry and upset about things that was coming in, moaning and being unhappy in my relationship, arguing with my partner and falling out with my partner was causing really unhappiness in my life. And I know, looking at why the arguments were there and what was the real cause, but the effect it had on me was stripping me of the happiness and contentment and love that I had inside. And happiness is a decision, my friends. It's a decision that we make every morning when we wake up. I'm going to be happy today. And looking at the things that take away that happiness is your own thoughts. Looking at other people and looking at what we've not got. That's the only reason I can see why we're unhappy. Okay, we lost loved ones in our life. Sometimes we might get laid off. It's nothing to do with us, it's not our fault. It causes us to be unhappy. But the really unhappiness is fear. Fear of what's going to happen. Am I going to get through this? Will I be able to survive coming out of a relationship? That fear comes in again. It strips us of all happiness and love. I'm not going to meet MD, I'm too old now to settle down. And really we're blaming the other person for our unhappiness. It was your fault. It's nobody's fault, it's nobody's fault. Why we're unhappy. Now that is a decision that we made to be unhappy, the same as we make a decision to be happy. And life is like that. As I said earlier, it's full of twists and turns, and the universe keeps bringing back to us the things that cause the unhappiness in our life. It might be different people, different places, different situations we're faced with, and different things happen in our life. And if we don't look at the cause of the unhappiness, we'll never fix it. We'll always go through our lives the exact same way, blaming people, places, things and situations for our unhappiness, when really it's a decision that we make to be happy. We're changing our whole attitude towards herself and other people, and changing her attitude towards life, and bringing in the king of all virtues, which is gratitude, and being truly grateful. Let's say I work with a lot of people with mental health problems and addiction, the same as myself, and I wasn't grateful for recovering from that. I wasn't grateful for being clean and sober. I wasn't grateful for having clothes on my back, decent clothes, and having that roof over my head. I was still unhappy with life, because the picture I had created of happiness was having plenty of money, having a nice partner who I never argued with, having nice children, and spoiling them, because I wasn't spoiled as a child, because we never had anything. My father never had anything, or my mother. I was brought up very poor. It caused me to be unhappy, and that's when I realised that I was looking at what other people had, and that would make me happy. Well, I had these things later on in life when I grew up, and I was working and I had good money, and I still wasn't happy, because I was always looking for more. The relationships I was going into, certain jobs I was going into, I kept looking at them and what they should be doing and what they shouldn't be doing, which caused again me to be unhappy, because I wasn't grateful for what I had. And happiness is a decision that you will make. I am going to be happy no matter what happens in life. I will let other people live their lives their way, and I will live my life my way. And in doing that, I will find peace, happiness and contentment in my life, when I'm always seeing the good in myself and being able to see the good in other people. And happiness to me is just being truly grateful today for what I have, the small things. I haven't got much, but what I have got I'm truly grateful for, and that increases my happiness and helps me to love myself through loving other people and not seeing badness in them, and stop looking at what they have and what I haven't got, because probably I've got more than them. There's the material things that I looked at. If I had this, a nice car and a big house and a lovely wife and a nice family and the car and the drive and plenty of money in the bank, yeah, I'd love to retire early, have plenty of money in the bank, go and travel the world. That would make me happy. But I know these things will come through hard work, working on myself constantly and looking at my unhappiness and taking full ownership and responsibility for that unhappiness, because I caused it. And I created that unhappiness, but also I can create happiness with being grateful and stop looking at what I haven't got. And I saw that in my work environment, where I was unhappy in my work because I wanted to do other things that'd be good for me. But I'm grateful in my work today. I'm grateful at any job that I get, because gratitude, as I said, is the king of all virtues, and with gratitude nothing ever can go wrong in your life, because you're always grateful and it will always come back to gratitude, and knowing that you will always be happy when you are grateful for what you have and stop looking at what we haven't got, because that's what causes the unhappiness in my life. If I had this, I would be happy. Well, as we've all experienced, we're always happy if we're honest enough when things are going our way. When things aren't going our way, we feel the dip in our spirit, which is destroying us, and it comes out in our body. We start to feel stress and pains at the back of our neck and headaches, and the next thing off, all sorts of things start going wrong when you let the dark come in, because it's like a dark energy just waiting there on the outside of us, because of your spirit, you believe that you're energy, and we create good energy and we create bad energy through our thoughts and our actions. And people say love is an action, same as happiness is an action. You act out in that decision to be happy. I am going to be happy today, no matter what happens. I'm going to keep my happiness, because I can create this happiness. And I know you can do it, my friends, because I sit here as somebody who was totally depressed, clinically depressed, was on sorts of medication, and even taking the medication made me unhappy, because that really destroyed me, because I wanted to be well in mind, body and spirit, which I am today, a day at a time, because I choose to be happy. I want to be happy. I like to smile. I like it when things come up in front of me that the universe is sending me, that I know if I react to that, it's going to strip me of my happiness. And my job and my responsibility on this planet is to be happy whatever days, months and weeks, years I've got left in my life. I'm going to make sure I'm going to be happy, and I'm going to do the things for Jared, And because things don't work out in a relationship or a job, doesn't mean to say that's the end of the world. It's to see how we're going to react to it, because if we react in a negative way towards everything that comes in our path, then that's all we're going to get. We're just going to be unhappy every single time different people come into our life. We don't like their behaviours. We're projecting our standards on because they're not behaving the way we behave. We start to compare or judge our standards with theirs. We don't like their appearance, we don't like how they speak, we don't like how they look. We might be jealous of them. They've got better clothing, they speak better than us, they look better than us, they have more money than us, which again strips you of your unhappiness, because you're looking at other people, places, things and situations and comparing your life with that. If I had that, if I had what they had, then I'd be happy. No, because we look at people, we think they're happy. We don't know what goes on in their mind, and we don't know what goes on in their house. We just make an assumption by looking at appearance that they have more than we have, and they are happier than we are happy. And it's we're looking at other people, places, things and situations that strips us our own happiness and our own love. And I believe today that anything can be achieved through the power of the mind. We're taking full ownership and responsibility for the way we think, act and behave towards ourselves and other people, and being able to have that mind control, because there's courses out there like CBT, but if they would put CBT in layman's terms where we could understand what they're speaking, then I believe that people would have a better opportunity, a change, because change is difficult. But if we know how to change it, that I've said in previous videos, that it's all through sight and sound, and what you're seeing and what you're hearing and the way you're perceiving what you've saw and heard, well, basically it's going to cause your happiness or unhappiness. It's how we look at it and what we're telling ourselves in our own head, and everything comes down to sight and sound. What I'm seeing, I know I don't like everything I see, I don't like everything I hear, but I know if I react to it in a negative way, I'm going to be unhappy the rest of that day, or unhappy for a wee while. And it's difficult when you've allowed that negativity to come in. Very difficult, in fact, to bring it right back to the moment and come right back to the here and now in your life and say, no, I'm not going there. I felt that and I didn't like that. But the way we've been conditioned and the way we are in our life, we just stay with that. Because it's difficult to say, I'm not doing that. I don't want to do that anymore, because I know if I continue thinking that way, I'm going to be unhappy for the rest of the day. Then you're taking it to bed with you at night and you're finding it difficult to sleep. My gran always said, God rest her, that you can tell how peaceful somebody is in their life with their bed in the morning. If the quilt covers lying on the floor or all over the place, you've had a restless night, and that's because of the head. Or you can wake up peaceful and the quilt was hardly moved. And I notice that in my life today. And it's because of the way I've learned to recondition my mind, how I see myself and how I see other people. And a lot of it comes down to how I see myself. And why can't I love myself? Why can't I love other people? Why can't I stop looking at other people in a negative way and looking at myself in a negative way? Knowing that I'm aware I have a choice, because I want to be happy. I want the rest of these days, months, years to be joyous, free and happy, and being able to do the things that I would like to do with hard work and saving. And if I want to travel, then I know I need to work and put that money by. I can't expect a big lottery win all the time. It would be nice, right enough. Again, you'd be happy with all that money. But we've all had money in our times, and we've had things when they've went good in our life, and we've still been unhappy. And I want you to try and have a look at that and be truly honest with yourself, and no more excuses. This is about us, a personal journey of happiness and love, which is created through our thinking and our actions and our deeds. And going out and doing something for somebody will increase your happiness without them knowing. Doing something, doing a wee turn for somebody and without telling them that you've done it. I can always remember getting asked to go and make somebody's bed when I was in a rehab, and I laughed at the therapist. I couldn't see the purpose of that. It was years later the penny dropped. It's about humility and being able to get out your way and do something for somebody without saying to them, I've done that for you. Looking for that pat in the back and wanting people to like you and love you. It's doing something and not telling them, because you'll feel good within yourself, but you'll see the old self will want to go and say, it was me made your bed, it was me done your garden, it was me cut your grass, it It's me that done that. I went to the shops for your mother. I done this. You want everybody to say, oh, that was nice, that's really nice of you. Because that makes us feel good. But we can make ourselves feel good. We're taking action, doing a bit of voluntary work, getting out your way and helping other people. And through that you'll be helping yourself. And trust me in this, your happiness will start to come. You'll start to feel good about yourself. We're doing things for other people. When you're doing something for other people, you're also doing it for yourself. You're coming away from that, caught in that trap, that state of mind, that mindset where everything is total dark and everything is total negative. And I hope and pray, my friends, that you can realise that you have the potential to be happy every single day. You will say to yourself, no, I can't. Yes, you can. You can be happy every single day when you be grateful for what you have. And if you want something else, then go and find out how to get it and pursue that. Whether it's a new career or you want to save or you want to have money, then we need to maybe take 2 jobs on, which I've had to do 3 jobs at sometimes to pay my bills. And if I want to go on holiday or fix my car, then I have to work and I have to look for work for that. But sitting back here and moaning and groaning and being unhappy and justifying your own thinking and your own behaviour by looking at other people, places, things and situations and blaming them for your unhappiness, then you will never be happy, because we're caught again in the blame game, which is keeping us trapped in a world of darkness, and it's very difficult to get out. But this is just a wee short video. I was thinking about it today, that we can be happy every single day when we are grateful for what we have in our lives. And I'll get back to you later on, my friends, with another video. But remember, happiness is a decision that we make every day. I choose to be happy today because I'm sick of being sad and unhappy. No more excuses, no more blaming, no more justifications. Trust yourself, really trust yourself that you can be happy, and no matter what happens in life, whatever comes your way, anything negative, you can look at it and trust yourself that I can deal with it, and then I'm going to be happy, because I have to accept that a lot of things are going to happen in life that I have no power or control over, and it's how I see it and how I perceive it and the way you've learned to deal with it. If it's in a negative way and it's causing unhappiness, then we need to take responsibility for that and change it. And I know you can do it. I trust in you, the same as I trust myself, and I have power greater than myself. And that was through building a relationship and getting to know my power rather than knowing somebody else's power. Getting to know my own power through prayer and meditation has increased my happiness. So I'm very grateful, my friends, for the subscriptions and the nice beautiful comments again that you've sent onto YouTube. And I hope and pray that you can find happiness and peace, because it lies within you, and it all starts with one thought, just one thought. So I'm very grateful to be here. Thank you for your time, and thank you for all your beautiful comments. Thank you so much.